Hello, guys. Welcome to Gusto Reactions. Once again, thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, of course, telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love and appreciate you guys. Please keep doing what you do for us. We really, really do appreciate you. Big Lala is in the building today once again. And of course, quite a lot of people are, choking toothpick into your eye. Say, why would you say that? To defend, Davido, Shokishita. You are promoting these online trolls to continue. How would you pay someone 1 million naira, for getting beaten up or something, by
They
I
don't even
mean,
say it as being beaten up. They say it as because he abused. And
you abuse.
that's the point right there. If nobody gets it, then no problem. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll move on, straight down to business today. Olamide Baddo, sometime last year or early this year, actually, came up to say, guys, it is, I'm nearing the end of this phenomenal career. Just one more album for me to drop. And of course, that is going to be the end of it. Now, we know that, Olamide, in terms of collaboration, has collaborated with Burna Boy before now. He's done one with, he's done about two or, thereabout, with about three with Davido. There's Panama, there's Money, and also there's that one. They have another song again, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Give
have
me the
another song again.
money.
Give me the money, hey. Another song again, basically.
Oh, okay. I think I
Summer body,
remember.
summer body.
Summer
Yeah,
body.
summer body.
Summer
Yeah,
body
summer
load.
body.
Yeah.
Exactly, summer
Mm.
body. And of course, we know WIZKID and Olamide also have about 4 songs together. There's that one, Kana. There's Only Me by Me Show. I don't know what the title is.
One of the first
They
ones.
also have a
Mm-hmm.
motion, as well as the
Yeah.
latest one they had, just that one, Totori, they had together. But Olamide's final album, that's what he's saying. Would it be a chance to actually bring a Davido and WizKid together on a song?
Well, that's his, if it is his final album. But knowing how these things goes, it's never going to be his final album.
You think
It's too,
so?
yes, of course. It's too young to retire. You know how
Okay.
this thing is now. Once you've done something for years, you're used to it. It's not like he's old or something. People
Yeah.
who have been in the
It's
music
33, yeah.
industry, yeah, people who have been in the music industry for a longer time, right?
Mm.
And as old as they get on, they will start releasing projects that are not uh, money oriented, or they are not for people to
Mm.
praise them. It's just for them to be cool with themselves. It's like their first love. You
Mm.
can't say you want to stop doing your first love. You
Big
always keep
Lela,
on doing it.
What if Olamide was to leave when the ovation is loudest?
Nobody does that. Nobody. Give me an example of somebody that left when the ovation was loudest. Unless he quiet or something, say, case in point, that going.
Agree.
That was, but nobody wants to leave when the ovation. I mean, they will always come around and do their first love. And yes, if he's not going to, if indeed this is his last album, is there an
Mm.
opportunity to go out with a bang? Of course. I mean, but he'll be, he'll be kind of like trying to, I don't know. He knows his influence, but he wants to stretch his influence,
Mm.
trying to get a Wiz and a
And
David
Davido on a track.
on a track. And
Okay.
nobody say both of them never did on one track before. Of course, they don't do on one track before, but then Abdullah say they don't know say they would do on that track
Mm.
together. They were
Mm.
stylishly. So if this is going to happen, of course, Olamide is, I mean, a few of those people who could bring
Yeah.
Wiz and David together. Yeah.
Okay. Now this
But it's an
scenario.
opportunity, like you said, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Okay, so there's this scenario, that I'm going to paint to you. WizKid and Davido, made up just some, months back, hugging themselves and everything. That is on one side. WizKid is a very, very, big fan of Olamide and the YBNL family. He respects Olamide so much. Davido, on the other hand, respects Olamide so, so much. Olamide allegedly, according to him, has a final album. Now, two guys that have made up together, respecting a guy who is having his final album. You don't think, all the point ticks the right boxes to say this guy's just might say, you know what, I'm gonna get on this song. even if I don't get on this song because of WIZKID, I'm gonna get because I respect Olamide. WIZKID says, even if I'm not gonna get on this song because of David, because I respect Olamide so much, and because of the fact that this is the final album, and of course that it should be quite epic.
I think for me it would be a wrong kind of like idea of how the album should go about. That means he's making the album not about himself. He's making it about a Wiz or David coming together. Of course, you can use that as a selling point for the album. But if it indeed is his last album, it has to be about himself or be about the industry. Another way to stylishly do it. That the industry feature as many people that you came up with and the ones who came up. That would be a way, but if he's going to do that, then it has to be a two-part album. It can't be a one album because the story plenty. He's made a lot of memories with a lot of people growing up, and he's also made a lot of memories with people he's kind of like made in the industry. So that's an idea for him, but he shouldn't really pinpoint and be like, oh, has to be about Wiz or about David coming together. You should just use it as a selling point at the industry as a whole. Or it could just do him by himself, like he wants to drop the mic, give us samples of what he was like before or what he is now before. So it can be a two-part album still. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, let's talk about Burna Boy on this project. Now, Davido and Burna Boy, we know, they had a song together before on one of Burna Boy's EPs, and after then it's been a case of back and forth between David and Burna. Burna came up some time ago to say him and David are good. So let's apply this to Davido and Burna. Would Olamide want to have David and Burna on a track on this final album?
I think the same applies, to be honest. The same analogy applies with any of these guys. He shouldn't even use this chance or whatever it is, this opportunity, and make it look like he's trying to settle the industry's longest beefs between the top acts and everything. It deviates from the whole point of it being my last album, and I want it to be about me leaving, right? So it just takes away the whole glory from Olamide, and the focus now starts being on these guys, which I'm strongly against. So if he wants to do it that way, no problem. But there are several ways to stylishly do it, to have these guys on the album without the focus being so much being on them. You get? We'll see how it goes with him, sir.
Okay. Anyways, we wish Olamide all the very best. We know that as you said, this just may not be the last album, but of course, we can't wait for him to have the stars.
You want to bet? You bet.
I know they bet it. I know they bet you too. But this topic, that I put to you, before I could even come up with it, I was a bit skeptical. You know what I did? I was like, Olamide's final album, should he bring the top 3? So does it mean it's not part of the, like, I was being very careful not to.
You go give yourself a dick now.
Before they come for me or before they come for you. But of course, we know Olamide definitely, a legend, in the game.
Of course.
Like Big Lala said, this just may not be the last album. Nobody retires when the ovation is loudest. Everybody, gets to that point where, everything doesn't decline before you say, you know what, I think it's time for me, to actually.
Did you see that Brady guy of American football? The guy retired too much.
He went back.
That was an example of living when the ovation is the loudest.
Loudest, yes, exactly. Anyways, we wish Olamide all the best. We can't wait for the album 2022. Quite a lot of things happening right now with him. There's Fireboy DML, there's Asake, the new, signee as well. Of course, Olamide is going to drop that album. Definitely. The tradition has to continue. Every year, it has to continue. Of course, last year, we had the WIZKID. The year before, we had Carpe Diem. Of course, this year, we know definitely that, Olamide is going to come through with that work. Guys, let's have your thoughts. Put them down below. We'll see you on the very next one. Please stay safe and God bless.